Okay, so in this lecture, we are going to talk about sexually transmitted diseases. STDs have an incubation period in which the pathogen multiplies with no symptoms and a communicable period in which the disease can be transmitted to others. So you can have a carrier that is symptomless, meaning that they would have none of the symptoms, but they actually are infected. And they can infect somebody else even though they are not showing the signs and symptoms of the disease. There are different kinds of STDs. Some are bacterial, meaning that they might be able to be cleared up using an antibiotic. Chlamydia is a bacterial STD, and it can cause urethral discharge and testicular pain. Gonorrhea is another bacterial STD, and there can be pain, there can be a pus discharge, and it can result in sterility from pelvic inflammatory disease. So meaning if it is not treated and it becomes very severe, a person could become sterile from having gonorrhea. There is also one called syphilis. And this we usually see some lesions at the site of infection. Then you see there's like different stages. So basically then these lesions will disappear at the end of the first stage. The second stage then can be a widespread pink rash. And then the third stage, which is called neurosyphilis, can cause cardiovascular damage and even brain lesions. So basically, if any of these bacterial STDs are left untreated, meaning if there are no antibiotics given or any treatment provided, they can have long-lasting, lifelong effects that are bad. I mean, obviously. So really important to be aware of STDs and to be aware of sexual partners and how to prevent them and such. There are also viral STDs, okay? So opposite of bacterial, viruses here. And some of those would be like a genital herpes. And this is the most common STD in the United States, and they can cause blisters and pain. There are also genital warts, which we can see on the perineal region or the cervix or the anus. And there is also hepatitis B and C, which can actually turn into inflammatory liver disease and cause, again, lifelong effects. So it is very important to be aware of sexually transmitted diseases and obviously how you can prevent them. So obviously, one of the ways to prevent a sexually transmitted disease is abstinence, meaning do not have sex. Chances are, if you are not having sex, you are not going to contract an STD. Okay? There are also certain birth controls or methods that can be used that can lessen the possibility of getting an STD. A condom would be one of them. Nothing is 100%, obviously, but that would definitely reduce the risk. All right. This was a very short lecture, but I just wanted to introduce you to the different types of STDs. And then there are more activities that we will be doing in this module that will reinforce information on STDs. Let me know if you have any questions.